You are not going to forgive Yvette Cooper for this. No matter what they do to smash the gangs, as they say, you will never forgive her for this. She has got lawyers in the Court of Appeal on her behalf and the Home Office's behalf today, arguing that the right of asylum seekers trump the planning laws and the safety concerns of the residents of Epping. This is just unforgivable, if you ask me. I'm going to show you all the details of exactly what the lawyers in court are saying. Their arguments are absolutely bogus. You can't wait to see it. But before I do, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any more news updates. Let's take a look at what is going on in court today. We are waiting for a decision to come out tomorrow, so we will know very, very soon what is going on. But I can show you for today what arguments are being made in court. So the Home Office has declared that asylum seekers' rights are more important than those of a council fighting to close a migrant hotel. That is the Epping Forest District Council. And the Home Office is fighting desperately to continue the use of the Bell Hotel to house migrants because they know that if they allow this one to close, everyone across the country is potentially going to end up closed, because this is mostly about planning laws. The planning laws do not say that a hotel allows you, if the use of a building is a hotel, it allows you to close it off to the public and fill it up with asylum seekers staying there permanently. The Home Office just thought that that rule didn't apply to them, and now they're facing the consequences of it. So today in court, we have had Home Office lawyers that say that Yvette Cooper has a duty as Home Secretary to prevent asylum seekers from being made destitute. Oh, why? Oh, it's the ECHR again. The European Convention on Human Rights. That old chestnut. You can use the ECHR to argue pretty much anything these days, no matter how bonkers it is. Oh, ECHR, Article 3. We cannot kick them out, apparently, even if having the hotel open is completely in breach of planning laws. It's insane. It's insane. Meanwhile, you've got someone who's put a shed in their back garden, has got the council knocking at their door, telling them to rip it down because apparently that's in breach of planning laws. It's insane. The Home Office, or their lawyers, have claimed that this responsibility trumps the council's powers to close the hotel with their High Court injunction. This is insane. Completely insane. Absolutely mad. And we have had in court today, the guy who allegedly sexually assaulted a 14-year-old girl in Epping. That is what has really sparked these protests outside that hotel. So at court yesterday, it was heard that Hadush Kebasu, 41, attempted to kiss the teenager and told her that she would be a good wife and that he wanted her to go back with him to the hotel to have babies, then go to Kenya. Make of that what you will. Let's go back to this story. We've had government lawyers. I've got this in the wrong order. Where are we? There we go. I'll get it right eventually. The lawyers, they've also said that relevant public interests in play are not equal and are fundamentally different in nature. Yes, concerns about where asylum seekers are going to stay are different in nature to concerns about rape and sexual assault, but to say that the concerns about where to house them are more important than concerns about the well-being of the women and girls in this country, and also the taxpayers who are forking out every single day for this rubbish and these hotels, I'm sorry, but that is not more important. I don't like to speak like this, but I'm angry. You can take your ECHR rules and you can shove them up your backside. I've just had enough of seeing the ECHR being used to defend lunacy after lunacy after lunacy. And here we've got the full argument, or at least part of it here. So the Home Office lawyers have said Epping represents the public interest that subsists in planning control in its local area. The Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, is taken for these purposes as representing the public interest of the entirety of the United Kingdom, bit rich, and discharging obligations conferred on her alone by Parliament. Epping's interest in enforcement of planning control is important and in the public interest. However, the Home Secretary's statutory duty is a manifestation of the United Kingdom's obligations under Article 3 ECHR, which establishes non-derogable fundamental human rights. But the local authority disputed the Home Office's claims, saying migrant hotels did not have special dispensation when it came to planning laws. Okay, let me, just to play a little bit of devil's advocate here. If I owned a home, I'd be lucky if I could own a home in this economy, but that's another point. If I owned a home and I decided to build some big fancy extension or something, so that I could house a homeless veteran in an extension, if I built an extension, put a bedroom in there, if I did that to house a homeless veteran and I said to the council, sorry, I don't need any planning permission to do this because I'm defending the human rights of this homeless veteran by building this for him, what do you think they would say? They would say, jog on, you need planning permission, he can live on the streets until you've got the right planning permission, which would take years. You know how it goes. But when it comes to migrants, oh no, ECHR, you can just break planning rules apparently. This is absolutely insane. We've looked at that. That's the guy who has been in court yesterday. Edward Brown, KC, the Home Office's barrister, argued, get this, that criminal wrongdoing by asylum seekers at the hotel was not a sufficient reason to close it. Really? Really? That just shows where the priorities of this government lie. Think about who they care about more. You, your girls, or the asylum seekers. He goes on to say the offences are being properly investigated and are subject to the criminal justice system. This is what makes my blood absolutely boil. When they say it's okay if we have a load of migrant hotels and a bunch of rapes are committed, as long as those rapes are investigated by the police and they face justice. What the heck? I'm sure if you speak to the victims of rapes and sexual assaults or alleged rapes and sexual assaults and say, would you rather you have been raped and the guy is in prison, or the rape have not happened at all in the first place because they were never allowed to come to Britain, I'm sure they would say, I wish they never came here in the first place and that I never had to face the trauma of being raped. Okay? I mean, it's common sense. It's common sense. Just because the police investigate a crime doesn't mean it is okay that that crime is committed. It is insane. As I said at the beginning, you will not forgive Yvette Cooper for this. I know I certainly won't. Let me know in the comments below what you think. But I think at this point that even if they smash the gangs, I don't believe they will, but even if they smash the gangs and they make progress on immigration, I think it's too little too late at this point. What they have done in this past year is absolutely disgusting, and this for me is the cherry on top of their complete and utter failings when it comes to illegal migration over the past year. I've had it. I'm done. They are more interested in the ECHR rules applying to asylum seekers than they are respecting planning laws and caring about the safety of young women and girls. This is insane. I'm Chloe Dobbs. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for Reasoned down below so you know when we're posting new YouTube videos. See you next time.